Hi, I'm Carol Ann Tutera. My friends call me Kat, and I've been referred to as an ambassador for aging. All right, today we have back one of our favorite guests, Mr. Joe DiBello.
Hello,
Life
Miss
Fit for
Carol
Life.
Ann. Life Fit for Life, yes.
Yes, exactly. And your topics are so wide stretched because you're so knowledgeable about this, that, and everything else.
Do you remember? Somebody told me a long time ago. They said, how do you know all that stuff? And the guy answered back, that's cleverly concealed in books.
And that's your favorite statement. And I think it's fantastic.
Yes, it's cleverly concealed.
So it sounds like we should just take a half hour of reading then.
Okay, shall we? I'll start with Winnie the Pooh in the 100-acre wood. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, cool. And the fact that this show is about adventures in aging and joy and excitement
Right.
and what we do as we age, I think you're already showing us that you like to make it fun. You make it light.
Yes.
I know that you also bring a very nice spiritual aspect to aging as well. And
Yes.
you've really have some good techniques on health and on spiritualism and health and the physical, emotional, mental side of us as well. We're such a complex being that there's so much to us.
It's so nice, isn't it?
So what do you want to jump in and start with first?
Well, the easiest thing for any of us to do is to choose to feel different than a feeling that doesn't feel good. It's very general, but it's so simple. I mean, if you're tired, the words that come out of your mouth were created by you somehow, some way, right?
Correct.
So at some point you might want to say that old Liar, Liar movie with Jim Carrey.
Pants on Fire.
Where the court scene where he was talking and he turned his hand around talking to himself.
Right.
And he was basically saying to himself, maybe it wasn't Liar, Liar. Mm-hmm. Was it Liar, Liar?
It was.
Okay, yeah. So that's the easiest thing, because the moment that any of us, all of us throughout our day, we get tired, stressed, so many different emotions that aren't comfortable, we can make a decision and take a deep breath and shift your thought. It's that easy. It really is. There's no complexity to it. There's no secret. You don't have to buy a book. You don't have to pay thousands of dollars. It's free. Just like the best thing, the best fitness thing anybody could do, drink wise, drink water. It's just because we're mostly made up of water. And the body's brilliance takes over after a period of time. So if you do simple things like that, then everything else just springs and falls from that.
And then I know you also have an exercise that you like to do when you're tired.
Oh, it's the gorilla. Yeah, all of us have seen Tarzan movies wherein the fists, you make a fist and you kind of pump, you pound either side of your chest on either side of your sternum. And you don't have to do anything that brutal, but that's the basic idea. Just keep your fingers relaxed and keep them on either side of your chest. And then the fingertips, let them kind of drum on the sternum. It's just a little light tapping. You don't have to do anything hard.
And what do you find that does for us when we do the tapping or the punching on the chest?
Well, we don't have to punch. But
I think punching is good. Maybe we should punch somebody else's chest.
Well, okay, that's a great idea. The thing to do is, what do you feel? Well, it stimulates your nervous system. It stimulates just to keep it simple. It makes you feel better. It gives you energy. When you get chills sometimes, when something is neat, or you experience like a deja vu and you get your goose flesh, this kind of promotes the same thing. It releases the endorphins in the brain and you feel good. So
you said to drink water. We've got a couple of different exercises to do. Is there anything we should do nutrition-wise to help us feel better and not so tired?
You can turn on the radio or the TV or pick up any magazine, and this is what everybody talks about. And No, I don't have anything new. Just do what you know feels best. If you're drinking a soda and you find yourself tired, perhaps shift to water. If you're eating something that doesn't make you feel good or makes you, after you eat it, you're uncomfortable in some way, shape, or form, perhaps not do it. That's the easiest thing. Just listen to your body. It will never lie to you. It'll tell you what it is that is best for you. Just pay attention.
And what about certain foods? Are there certain foods you'd recommend to lift our mood and help us feel better quickly?
Eat lots of chocolate and pizza and ice cream.
Fantabulous.
24 hours a day. Life will be beautiful. To lift your mood, food. Most people don't eat them, so to tell them to eat it is rather the tree. I'm kind of skirting around the issue. If someone likes fruit, small pieces, just kind of pop them in your mouth like M&Ms. They give you energy. It's a good complex carbohydrate.
So grapes would be good to eat.
Sure, absolutely. If somebody likes carrots, to snack on carrots and celery.
How about peanuts? They're quick and easy.
Yeah, peanuts are great for you. They're a great source of the very healthy fats. They're a good source of fiber, and they're a very mild source of protein. Nonetheless, they are a source of protein, a greater source of the good fats, and very good in fiber. And they're like you said, they're fun and they're very tasty. So
perfect.
So and then there are so many bars out there, health bars, and make sure that you get one that has whey protein isolate as its first ingredient, because if anybody looks up what is the most efficient protein, the best protein to ingest, it's whey protein isolate. Concentrate is not nearly as effectively used in the body, and check on Google. You'll see that that's true. So if you're going to put something in your body, you're buying those bars. Perhaps buy a bar that has that as opposed to soy, or soy is better for women than it is for men, and so. That'll keep it simple, yes?
So keep the motor running is what you're saying. Keep the liquids flowing.
Always, right.
I also know for myself, I like going out and taking a walk to de-stress.
That's a great
idea. And that's a good mood lifter that I know about. Right. Because I've seen as I'm aging, I would think that my stress has gone down. But I think with society and with business and with cell phones, computers, the fact that we're totally plugged in all the time.
Right.
How are we going to de-stress? I try and get to the gym as much as possible.
That's good. Very
try and walk as much as possible.
Even better.
But there's got to be something else, some little pearl of wisdom that you have that has worked for you, maybe will help others in de-stressing their lives.
Actively breathe.
There you go.
Yeah, we pretty much do it without thought, so therefore it's not directed and it's not enhanced. It's rather shallow. It's very functional, keeps us alive, but to actively breathe, to stop, relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and kind of let your jaw go slack so that you are relaxed. Take an enormous breath. You can do it through your nose or your mouth, doesn't matter, whatever way allows you to get in the greatest volume of air. And hold it and relax your shoulders and your neck and your knees and your feet. And then exhale. And do that 3 times. When you are tired, when you are stressed, when you are anything other than how you want to feel your best. Oh, it rhymes. How about that? Got a little poem in there. Take a deep breath. That is the simplest, most effective, and it's the dividends that it pays back are monstrous.
Okay, so go through that again. My brain was trying to picture myself doing that.
Okay.
So slowly tell us, because you gave us some really valuable information.
All right, let's say, for instance, that you're driving home today and you will inevitably find yourself in a situation where you will be frustrated. So if the opportunity allows, you don't have to close your eyes, but close your eyes. And if you can't, just have a relaxed gaze. Tell your shoulders to relax and your knees and your toes. Take a very deep breath through either your mouth or your nose. It's, again, to get in the greatest volume of air. And then hold it. And at that point, again, tell your shoulders, your knees and your toes to relax, then exhale. And do that 3 times. You will find that you feel better. And what better, quicker, most efficient way to do it.
Very nice. That's a good technique. I was sitting here doing that while you were sharing it. And I hope everybody else as well.
Good.
I like that.
Excellent. You did great.
My toes are tingling, but I like that.
Well, they're tingling because once we relax a joint, which is you actively told it to relax, it gets more blood flow, hence the tingling. That's how much control we have over these extraordinary gifts known as our bodies.
Excellent. I really like this.
Good.
So what other small tips can we do if we're sitting in our office besides the breathing? We've got the nut-inspired side. We've got the water.
Okay. The human body has so many moving parts. The greatest thing that we can do is, because nobody can see them, when you're at your desk, what are your feet doing? Are your feet close together, far apart? Is one, going one way or the other? You just look down at them, and the best, most efficient muscle-building, fat-burning, circulation-enhanced way to sit is look down at your feet and your heels and make sure that your knees are behind your heels. And definitely behind your toes, but behind your heels. And that vertical stacking of your kneecap on top of your heel allows maximum blood flow, which simply means that the bottom of the heart pump, which is basically the calf area, right? If it has a nice right angle vertical stack of the joint points that I just spoke of, then the pipes that allow circulation, the veins and the arteries, won't have any crimp points or points where they're kind of choked off. So your heart does not have to work as hard to circulate the blood. Therefore, you will be less taxed. Therefore, you will be less tired. So it's paying attention to how your bones are positioned. As you can see, as I'm talking, I'm hunched over because my face is coming towards the mic. So I have to remind myself to sit up nice and straight so that my skull is between my shoulder blades. It's not leaning toward the right or leaning toward the left, nor is it in front of my sternum, nor is it back behind my spine. It's sitting comfortably right in the center of those 4 points. Sternum, breastbone, spine on the back, and your shoulders. So it's kind of in a box. Again, it has support. When it has support, maximum blood flow, less fatigue, greater energy.
So you're saying women shouldn't cross their legs then?
Did I say that? That's funny. Can you play the record, sir? So what are you, an attorney? leading question. So you're saying...
But if I heard you correctly, women shouldn't cross their legs then.
I said nothing of the sort. So, no, Madam Secretary, I did not say that. You can't cross your legs. If you do cross your legs the opposite way to allow the body to have some sort of symmetry in the near future, which it loves.
Gotcha.
All right.
Just didn't know if it had anything to do with the blood flow stoppage and making the heart work faster.
Well, bringing up that point, if you're lightheaded, the most efficient thing to do, the most effective thing to do is to cross your legs because that will stop blood flow. So it's a roundabout way for me to answer your question. It does hinder blood flow. Yes.
Okay. Very well.
Very good question.
Thank you. So as you have worked your years through training and exercise with everyone, what have you picked up from your clients as little pearls of wisdom and knowledge that you can share with other people as we age?
The thing that I noticed, I did just over 50,000 hours. So I had an opportunity to meet with various and sundry clients, over 50,000 hours over, gosh, how many years? That was a long time, 28 years.
It's a long time.
A long time. Just keep choosing positivity. That's the thing that I found to be the most common thread, and it had nothing to do with income or circumstance. It had to do with choosing positivity, because we're going to go through this period of time in our life no matter what. So choosing and it is not easy.
No.
But on the other hand, when you talk to people, it is in fact as easy it is as easy a choice as it is to go through the period of time with not a positive attitude. It is. I mean, I've gone through, as have everyone else, and I could have chosen to be more positive than I was, and I actively chose to not do it. By choosing to not choose, I actively chose not choosing, right?
Right.
Because, right? So that's just me being honest. I wish I would have done it better? Now I will. I can't change anything from the past, so that is my story, and I am...
sticking to it.
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Joe, these are all really great ideas so far, and it looks like we are going to move to another direction, because I know this is an area that you're comfortable in as well, and into the spiritual realm. So what does it mean to live your best self? And are you living your best self?
At this point in time in my life, I can honestly say yes. Ask me that 6 months ago, I'd have to honestly say no. No, not at all. I wasn't. I was actively choosing to not be physically active as I really, really honestly enjoy. And it's because I had, joint problems, and who doesn't, right? So no, I wasn't. I was doing other things, but I was, again, not choosing to make the choice of positivity or to move a little bit more, to try something a little different.
So what does it mean to you to live your best self?
To listen to your gut. Period.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, and thanks for asking.
Hang on one second. Let me think. How about you? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
For me, living my best life means authentically. That means being true and honest to me.
Okay.
Doing things that I enjoy doing. And I will say, I am challenged at times by saying no, or I'm challenged at times standing up for myself in honesty.
But when you do you feel like you've made progress in your pursuit?
When I stand up for myself?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
I plant myself. I know exactly who I am. I have a different feeling in my body.
Good.
I feel stronger.
Oh, that's good.
Better equipped. I like living my best self. I think not living your best self, especially as I'm aging, would be hindering for me.
Understood.
Because I'm not sure if I'd be a happy person then.
Yeah, that's understandable. Because if you're not being your best, and you're not being your best, or any of us not being our best, it's, the attainment of that feeling of happiness perhaps maybe a little further down the road than it could be right now.
I see so many people unhappy as they've aged.
Yes.
Their choice, obviously.
Right.
I've seen it recently by a lot of different styles of how people react to one another. Mm-hmm. So what's on your happiness list?
I don't know what that means.
What makes you happy? What do you like to do?
Oh, gosh. I like to do a lot of things. And the fact that I am now making time to do them is the best thing that I've ever done for myself. Because all I've ever focused on is work and producing, and that is it. And now I'm enjoying writing a book. I have a little book on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. So I've always enjoyed, who of us don't enjoy words? It's how we get along. So, that I enjoy nature. I enjoy working out. I enjoy, as I said, writing. I love to read, love to learn. I've always wanted to be a pilot, so sometime this summer I'm going to take flight classes. So things like that, doing things making time for things that I've put off for when I retire, but that just might not occur, so why not do it now?
Right.
How about you? Tell me about you.
What's on my happiness
Yes.
list? My happy place is the beach. My happiness is walking. My happiness is baking, which I've done very little of lately. And I love to do.
What do you like to bake?
I'm great in the banana bread world and making different flavors out of it.
I did not know that was the whole world. Okay. It's good to know. What other things do you bake besides banana bread?
That's really my big forte. I used to make chocolate mousse pies.
Oh, that sounds
That
good.
was a good treat. But my happiness list is something I really want to sit down and work on because that, to me, is important. That I can focus on. I want to put the focus on the positivity of my life now. And
Good. That makes sense.
Stay focused and go down that lane.
Good.
I've seen what the negativity does to me from years past and doesn't end well.
Well, that's good awareness. Those of us that can become aware how our activities may not be giving us what we think we want and then make a change. That's bravo.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. It's my pleasure.
And is there something that you're looking toward the future that you're focusing on for your joy and excitement?
I used to, but not anymore at all. I was a future looker for 57 years, and I've sold my I'm out of the contract.
Sold your stock?
I've sold my stock, yes. So you asked a question earlier, and I'm going to answer it now. If somebody likes to go outside and they live in a climate that doesn't allow that, right? And they go outside because they like the sunshine, there's a thing that you can do. You can go to, I don't know where you get it, maybe a pet store, because I think they need them for certain lizards. You can get a UVA and UVB light. And wearing a pair of shorts, put that light behind your knees because that light source hitting that area gets rid of that what is known as SAD syndrome, seasonal affective disorder syndrome. So that's a way to feel better at work. If you're feeling bummed out and depressed, it's because you're inside. We're inside of a room that is unnatural. It has chemicals that may or may not be beneficial for our health. You're stationary, which human beings need to move to feel their best. So that's, you can breathe, you can drink your water, you can sit up straight, you can move your feet, you can push your heels up, you can raise your toes, you can bring a tennis ball to work, take your shoes off, and roll your feet on top of the tennis ball to promote circulation. Put that light behind your knee. So there are a lot of things you can do while you're seated that are very constructive as opposed to what right now may be a little destructive. Not in a bad way, but just in a way that's not your promotion of what you want.
Get up and walk around, too, is vitally important, I found out.
Absolutely. That is a great idea. That'll always make you feel great. So when you're at work, Carol Ann, tell me, do you get up, you walk around, you have like a little timer on your phone, like every 15 minutes, they get up and walk around for like 30 seconds? I think it's a great idea for you.
I don't, but I think I will now.
Very good. Right?
I'm going to get up. I'm going to walk around. The tennis ball I can do. I like that.
Good.
That'll feel good. The drinking of the water, the eating little snacks.
Always.
And
always.
Something I learned actually is when you drink your water, take 3 big gulps.
That is correct. Very good memory.
When you eat snacks, you're not eating a meal at every snack, so just a little bit.
Right.
Makes it a long way.
Right. It gives you energy. It doesn't tire you down. And who doesn't like to eat? And if you don't eat, then drink water. Have a beverage of some sort. Just keep that body watered and fed. It's a giant plant.
That's a great way to think of it. Nutrition is self-love, is what you're saying.
That's exactly right. It is the greatest medicine that any of us can give to one another. when you feed yourself, you're actually picture, your child. When you feed your child, you want your child to make sure that they get the food in, they get the water. Treat yourself like that, and you'll be surprised the difference that occurs naturally without any forcing.
Very good. Thank you again for joining us today. Your
My pleasure.
wisdom, your thoughts, your ideas are wonderful to share with everybody.
As are yours, and we're grateful that you're doing this podcast. Thank you.
Until we meet again, be happy, be safe, and be groovy.